Breaking. Danielle Smith stuns Albertans with bold move. The future hangs in the balance. Danielle Smith is finally proving the doubters wrong. For months, critics dismissed her as all talk, no action, pointing to the stalled Alberta Pension Plan, missing tax cuts, and a long-promised provincial police force. However, on July 1st, Smith delivered a significant policy win. The tax cut Albertans had been promised since 2023. Residents earning up to $60,000 annually will now enjoy an 8% tax rate, translating to about $750 in savings per person and $1,500 per family. This move returns over $1.2 billion to Albertan households, providing immediate financial relief to many. Despite concerns about a lingering $5.2 billion deficit and rising municipal taxes under Calgary Mayor Jyoti Gondek, Smith argues that the tax cut was the right choice for immediate economic relief. The rationale behind this move rests on the belief that taxpayers deserve to keep more of their hard-earned money, especially in uncertain economic times. Critics, however, worry that these cuts will deepen the deficit and jeopardize funding for essential public services, sparking a heated debate about fiscal responsibility versus immediate relief. In tandem with this tax initiative, Smith launched the Alberta Next panel, a province-wide initiative designed to reinvigorate public engagement. Featuring voices like economist Trevor Tum, local business leaders, and various United Conservative Party (UCP) legislators, this panel will host town halls, conduct surveys, and encourage debate across Alberta from July to September. Central issues include pension reform, the establishment of a provincial police force, and local control over healthcare. The intention is clear. Smith aims to bring citizens into the policy-making process, allowing them to directly influence a potential referendum slated for 2026. This approach signifies a shift toward grassroots democracy, providing ordinary Albertans with the power to shape their province's direction. The proposed Alberta Pension Plan (AP) is gaining serious traction. Alberta contributes approximately $3 billion more to the Canada Pension Plan (CPP) than it receives, leading Premier Smith to argue that the province is effectively funding the rest of Canada. She maintains that an AP could deliver equal or enhanced benefits to seniors at lower administrative costs, presenting a compelling case for autonomy. By contrasting the proposed plan with the bloated structure of the CPP, operated by over 2,100 full-time staff with a $6 billion annual budget, Smith underscores her belief in the inefficiencies and political entanglements of the current system. Smith's bold push for provincial control has sparked strong emotions among her supporters. Many celebrate her decisive stance, returning money to citizens, reigniting grassroots democracy, and asserting institutional autonomy. They view her as a leader who keeps her promises and paves a new path for Alberta. However, critics remain vocal. The NDP and certain urban figures, including Mayor Gondek, warn that these tax cuts will exacerbate the deficit and starve essential public services. They caution that the pension plan may be fraught with legal complexities and uncertainties surrounding the transfer of CPP assets. Some detractors see Smith's strategy as overly ambitious and politically risky, fearing it could destabilize Alberta's economy. The broader political implications are now unfolding at the federal level, where Mark Carney, who became Canada's Prime Minister after winning the April 28, 2025 snap election, leads a minority Liberal government. Carney's administration must navigate the challenges posed by an Alberta government eager to push the envelope on provincial rights. Ottawa is closely monitoring Smith's moves, which include taking control of police operations, overseeing healthcare decisions, reconfiguring pension administration, and potentially holding a referendum on Alberta's status within Confederation. These developments could reshape the federal-provincial dynamic in Canada. The Alberta Next panel evokes the grassroots engagement reminiscent of Jason Kenney's tenure, but with a stronger emphasis on transparency and direct input. While some observers label the town halls as a political facade meant to rally supporters, a notable turnout in both rural and urban areas suggests that many Albertans desire a meaningful say in governance. From discussions about remaining in the CPP to controlling provincial resources, a significant civic awakening appears to be underway, and citizens are paying attention. Polling data reflects this polarization in public sentiment. A substantial number of Albertans endorse the tax relief and actively support greater provincial autonomy. For them, Smith isn't just delivering on promises, she's also addressing a deep-seated sense of disconnection from federal policymaking. Yet, others express unease, fearing that the tax cuts could undermine healthcare, education, and essential services. The referendum tool adds urgency to the debate. While proponents view it as a means of democratic empowerment, detractors argue that it risks fueling division and could harm investor confidence in Alberta. Behind the scenes, Premier Smith is taking significant steps to reassure investors and establish a credible economic strategy. She recently restructured the Alberta Investment Management Corporation, AIMCO, bringing in former Prime Minister Stephen Harper as a voluntary chair. This move signals a commitment to improving investment outcomes and restoring trust among stakeholders. Smith's methodical approach demonstrates that her actions are not merely populist rhetoric. They represent a calculated plan encompassing fiscal policy and institutional oversight. Nevertheless, several pressing questions loom over Alberta's future. Will the Alberta Pension Plan secure federal approval without a protracted court battle? Can the province manage growing deficits while maintaining quality services? Will referendum questions be crafted responsibly and garner meaningful support from voters? And crucially, how will Premier Smith's assertive stance shape her relationship with Prime Minister Carney's minority government? In the next 12 months, the outcomes of this summer's tax relief, town halls, pension proposal, and push for provincial empowerment will be tested. Will these initiatives mark the beginning of a transformative era for Alberta, or will they represent the zenith of a political experiment fraught with risks? If Alberta can successfully navigate its journey toward autonomy, Smith's approach may serve as a blueprint for other provinces seeking greater independence. Conversely, failure could lead to economic strain and strained relations with Ottawa. Ultimately, it is the stories of everyday Albertans, families budgeting grocery bills, seniors planning retirement, and small business owners grappling with provincial regulations that will define this narrative. Danielle Smith's leadership embodies the themes of empowerment, accountability, and localization. The future of Alberta truly hangs in the balance, and the outcome will depend on whether its citizens choose to embrace provincial autonomy or reinforce national unity. As the political landscape evolves, one thing is clear. The decisions made in the coming months will not only shape Alberta's economic future, but also influence the broader Canadian political fabric for years to come.